Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tarot by Hillary podcast. And this time around, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and providing a week ahead forecast, pulling three cards from the tarot and an oracle card. So this episode will be applicable from February 9th to, I believe, the 16th. So from Friday to Friday. Of 2024. Let's be clear. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the cards and I will be right back. From the nature of these cards alone, I haven't even gotten to pulling the oracle card yet. And for those of you who have worked with me before and have had private readings with me before, you kind of know the basic structure of a reading with me, and you know that I like to pull an oracle card or an affirmation card at the end of a reading to kind of summarize the reading, give you it all in a nutshell. And oftentimes, like 99% of the time, the oracle card really distills the main themes of the readings, which I love, and that's the reason why I continue to do it. But I haven't even pulled the oracle card yet today because these three cards, I'm getting a lot of information just from these three cards alone. So let's see what the oracle card does to summarize, because it's a lot. We're going to be going through a lot this week, y'all. So the very first card that we're getting is the Death card, and that card is upright. So the Death card doesn't necessarily mean physical death. It usually means transformation and change. So having this card be the very first card in our reading for the upcoming week tells me that it's like, be prepared for change. We also are starting this week, or this time period, from Friday to Friday. We're starting it with the new moon, and I believe Aquarius. Y'all know I'm not an astrologer. Don't come for me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the new moon is in Aquarius. So having the Death card come up as our very first card is not entirely surprising to me, because we are working under new moon energy. So change is possible, big change is possible, but I would say to examine your relationship with change and how you feel about change, because there could be one big change happening for you this week, or possibly a number of them. The second card that we have this week, and it may be an adjective or an adverb as to the nature of these changes that I'm talking about with the Death card. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So I think it's a good change. Again, examine your relationship to change. But I think these changes are happening for good reason. And I believe they could be potentially very lucrative, very grounding as well, because the Queen of Pentacles is associated with the element of earth. You are taking charge, you're in control. Take practical actions this week in order to manifest those changes that you want to. But also, release the how, release the flow, because otherwise, if you're trying to control everything, you're going to stunt the flow of these changes in your life. And I know this is easier said than done, because this is one of the things that I struggle with as a recovering people pleaser and as a recovering control freak. But Queen of Pentacles is a really good sign that the changes that are happening, as portended by the Death card, are positive ones. The last card that we get, and this is part of the reason why I'm saying don't stop the flow, because you are definitely going to be tempted to stop the flow. We're getting the Knight of Cups, and we're getting it reversed. Now, reversals don't necessarily mean something negative is happening. Reversals, to me, or how I read them, is that there is a miscommunication or a blockage to the upright energy of this card. So if the Knight of Cups was coming up upright, I would say, like, everything's flowing, it's great, but this card is coming up reversed. So it is a reminder for us to guide, be the container, I guess, for all of these ideas. Be the container of the river, but let the river flow. Let the river of abundance flow the way that it will, because you don't know what you're potentially blocking when you're trying to control. Finally, we have the Oracle card to summarize or to wrap up this reading for the week of February 9th to the 16th of 2024. And like I warned before, I'm telling you, I say this, and this was prior to me shuffling the Oracle deck, which in this case is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell with artwork by Danielle Noel. 99.9% of the time we get an Oracle card. It does distill or summarize the reading, to the point where I joke with my clients, oh, well, we could have just skipped over the entire reading and just gone straight to the Oracle card. But as you all know, that's not really how these things work. Anyway, without further ado, we are receiving the card from the Starseed Oracle, Fall into My Arms. Surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. So remember what I was saying before with those cards to like let go and let it flow. Yeah, okay. So from the companion book for this card, so often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things go bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. So, and it's basically a card that says, like, give over everything. Give over your worries, your hurt, your sorrow, your fears, your burdens, your doubts. Remember that while extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. So that's paraphrasing from the companion book for the Starseed Oracle for Fall into My Arms. Again, you know, like, this is the reason why I do what I do. And this is the reason why I love combining tarot and oracle decks for a more holistic reading. I just love it. And it usually comes for me. And in this case, it's no exception. The cards came for me. And, you know, if the cards are coming for you, if you're just like, whoa, 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 Hillary, like, this is getting too real, like, the cards come for me too. And y'all know it. So that is your reading for the week of February 9th to the 16th of 2024. Again, I used the Reflective Tarot Mini for the tarot and the Starseed Oracle for the Oracle pull. Now, if you're liking episodes like this, please let me know. Please give me your feedback. I'm always delighted to hear that someone is listening, that I'm not just speaking out into the ether with no response. I truly, truly appreciate all of the feedback. Please feel free to follow me on my YouTube, youtube.com/tarot by Hillary, if you happen to be tuning into your reading here. Or if you're listening to the podcast, the Tarot by Hillary podcast, you should be able to subscribe on all different podcast platforms. I thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you again next time. And please let me know if you have any specific requests for upcoming episodes. I would love to hear it.